Hello everybody. Well, I guess tonight I might as well show you all 8 of my element battens, since I've got them all connected to power. Alright, I've been meaning to do this for a very long time, okay, but I've actually been putting it off because the cords, because I had to buy power leads and also side plugs. Okay, so technically it's been a bit expensive because the power leads cost about $10 and so do the plugs, so that's about $40 worth of stuff I've had to purchase. Okay, but now that I've finally got it, okay, and now all eight of these are connected, I might as well show you all of them. Okay, well, things aren't going too well around the world, apparently. There's all this COVID-19 stuff and this apocalypse and all this curfews, but that doesn't stop me from playing with my lights, alright? So we're going to take a look at all 8 element battens. Okay, now I do have individual videos of all these, okay, so if you've not seen that, it's just you go back and take a look. Okay, but we're going to take a look at all 8 of them. Okay, now before I go any further, these are actually all new battens. Okay, so they're all Davis. Okay, you might remember the old battens that I had a few years ago. Those were very good, but apparently they had worn out, so it had come time to replace them. So I replaced them with these Davis battens, which are identical to the old ones. Now the old air element batten used to be a single tube, but now it's a double tube. All right, so I'll tell you what each batten is. So we'll go from left to right. So from left to right, we have fire, we have wealth, radioactive, sun, iron, air, earth, and water. So I've got 8 different elements here, okay? And now the history of these is you did have coloured fluorescent lamps in these, okay? But now I've got LED coloured tubes. I've upgraded all of these to run LED, and they are for LED only, as I've taken the ballast out of them. Okay, now you might notice that you can't see any starters. That's because all 8 of these have concealed starters. Okay, so the starters are hidden inside the chassis. So to replace them, you just undo the plate and then you can take out the starter and replace it. Now you're probably wondering why I have those chains on them. That's because years ago the hooks, the double-sided tape used to fail and the battens would actually fall. Okay, so that's there just in case that were to happen. It will catch them and stop them from falling. But the battens are quite lightweight. Now they actually haven't fallen off for a while now, so I think that's I think I may have fixed all that completely, but I do have them on there just in case. You never know. Okay, so so you might notice the neons on the sides of the battens, the Clipsal neon indicators. Okay, I've got different colours. The fire batten has a red one. The wealth batten has yellow. The radioactive is green. The sun is yellow. The iron and the air have transparent or clear, but they're yellow when they're on. The earth batten has a green one, and the water batten has a blue one. All right, so pretty good. Okay, so so I can actually show you all 8. All right, so we'll take a close look at up of them. Okay, so this is the side of the battens themselves. Now these you've seen a lot in a lot of my videos. Okay, when I do videos on my night dresser, you might see them featured. Okay, I do use these for mood lighting. Okay, since I've now got them all connected, I just like to turn them on and run them. I haven't used them very much for light shows, but can't really do much light shows now until this curfew ends, but I can still play with them, okay? Now, I used to actually, in the very early days, I used to draw these on here, okay? But then I went to electronic ones and printed them, okay? I used to actually write the text on the chassis, but now I printed it out and just put it on there because it looks nicer. The text is colour matched to the batten. Okay, now they do have stickers on the plates because these are for LED tubes only. There's no ballast in any of them. Okay, so you're supposed to use just type A LED tubes, and that's what I've got in them. Okay, I can use normal LED tubes in these, but I mostly just keep these coloured ones in these because that's what I use in them. Okay, we got element power. It says what type of element it is. You can see the neon indicators. Clipsals, okay, I've gotten all those in them now. Okay, we've got Clipsal 2000 series switches on them, all right. Now the air and the iron batten are double tube battens, as where the rest are single tube, okay. So with the air and iron battens, I can actually have just one tube on at a time, or both, all right. The cords they take are these computer cables, okay, that makes it more convenient, so there's no cable holders or anything on these like there was with the older battens, okay, so these never had cable holders. Okay, I just cut a hole into the chassis to install a port, and that makes it more convenient, okay, especially if I use them for light shows. It's best to have a removable cord because it's more convenient. Okay, so the cords just unplug, okay, so they're computer cables, and I use the side plugs because of the gap, okay? Because the standard ones with the normal top entry would protrude too much and it wouldn't be able to get it in, especially when you've got this limited gap here. But these side ones do very good. Okay, I'll use those for these emergency battens as well. Okay, you can see all the symbols here on all these. Okay, all different types. Okay, and it also says what it is. Okay, all these I did on my iPad and printed them out, and then I just stuck them on the battens. All right, now if you look on the side, on this side of the battens, you can see all those screws in the side of the chassis there. Those are where the starter sockets are mounted. Okay, so the starter sockets are actually hidden right underneath the plate and they sit up inside there. So to change them, you just take the plate off and then you can change them. So they're concealed starters. Okay, these Clevertronics battens have concealed starters as well. So the starters are actually down here underneath the plate. So to replace them, just undo this nut, take the plate off, put the starter in, and away you go. Okay, now the older Davis battens were bored through, but all these newer ones are concealed. Okay, that's because these were electronically ballasted originally, but I ripped all that out and just wired them up for LED tubes. Okay, so I guess we'll turn these on. Okay, I have to turn them on individually. Okay, so we'll turn them all on and I'll show you all the different colours. Okay, now these are quite bright when I have them all on. Alright, so there we go, now we've got them all on. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, with LED coloured tubes, they're more of a true colour compared to the fluorescent tubes that I had in these in the old days. Okay, so we got red, yellow, green, yellow, pink, white, green and blue. Okay, so they're the colours that we got in them. Now the iron element batten, I actually used to have neutral white LED tubes in it, but I put pink ones in because the pink goes better with the batten. Okay, so so that's what it looks like. Okay, that's very beautiful too. I like that. It's a bit of mood lighting, party lights. Okay, I actually do use those tubes for light shows. Okay, so I do plan on buying some more of them. The LED coloured tubes aren't cheap, but they're worth it. Okay, at least they'll last me for years to come. Okay, I won't have to change the tubes in these battens for many years. Okay, so yeah. All right, now the yellow tubes are actually used in my room during summertime. Okay, I'll order 2 more so that way I'm not having to take the tubes out of the sun and wealth battens. But these are pretty good lights. I love these battens. They're just so much fun to play with. Okay, so much fun to turn on. Okay, so there you go. So you can see all the different colours. Okay, with all the LEDs. Okay, the LEDs are a true colour. Okay, we'll get a look at them here. Now you can see it. You can see all the colours there. Okay, so they're very nice. Okay, the LED tubes are made by Vibe Lighting, except for the ones in the air element batten. The air element battens tubes are SAL, okay, but the rest of them are made by Vibe Lighting. If I can get you to see that company there. Okay, they made these. Okay, so that's where I got these from. Okay, they make LED tubes. They also make T5 LED tubes for those. All right. These white ones are SAL. Okay, I use these. Got these in the house. They do a good job. SAL. Okay, they're pretty good, but SAL don't have coloured tubes, but Vibe do. Okay, now these pink ones actually have adjustable end caps, so you can actually rotate these. Okay, the pink ones are the only ones that have it. Okay, the rest of them have fixed end caps, so to if you want the tube to rotate, you actually have to try to rotate it in the batten, okay? Just be certain the contacts, so the tubes still contact the lamp holder, otherwise it won't work. So that's unique having rotatable end caps on these. Okay, now these are all Type A, which means they need to have a starter, otherwise they don't work. Okay, so Type A, of course. All right, these are not dimmable. None of them are dimmable. They haven't gotten dimmable tubes yet, so they're all just not dimmable. But I don't think I want these dimmable anyway. But yeah, that's very, very beautiful. I love all that. So for all you people who like coloured lights, you'll probably like these. If you want some coloured tubes, you can buy some. Okay, but definitely would recommend LED because fluorescent coloured tubes are getting harder to get because they're old technology. Okay, so I've been after coloured LED tubes for a long time, and now I finally got some for the element battens. Okay, now the LED. Okay, and they're all running good. Okay, so many different colours. All right, so we'll turn all these off now. Okay, each batten has its individual switch, so I've got to turn all these off individually. Okay, or I could just switch them off from down there, but it's just better off just to control them. All right, so that is all 8 of my element battens. So I hope you enjoyed seeing all of these, and that'll be it.